Convening a media briefing yesterday, the Federation of National Organizations responded to a comment made by the JVP.
අපේ රටේ විපක්ෂ අපේ අනුර කුමාර වික්‍රමබාහු මහත්තයා කියනවා මේ ජනතා විමුක්ති පෙරමුණේ එතුමා
Anur Kumar of the JVP, which is in the opposition, says that he too drives a hybrid. There is no difference between him and Vikramabahu. Like a parrot, he recites the same sentiments as Vikramabahu on separatism. What is sad is that the JVP that defeated the ceasefire to save the country and then with the people's mandate from 2005 engaged in saving the country has fallen into a sorry state. Its leaders have joined various contracts and various NGOs. They have fallen to the level of traitors to express such statements. When the country is being taken to a disastrous situation by importing large amounts of drugs and ethanol, these patriots are silent. When the islands of Kalpiti are being sold to multinational companies, these patriots are silent. When casinos are being built, these patriots are silent. After creating Tamil separatist sentiments and creating an environment for that, these patriots are shouting that the country is being divided. We urge the public to select the proper patriots.
Welcome back to the news. The Ceylon Electricity Board says that 8 areas in the western province will experience a daily power cut of 2 hours each from the 12th to the 14th of this month.
The following places will experience a 2-hour power cut from 8 a.m. until 10 a.m.
Ambalangoda, Horana Kalutara, Bandaragama, Srija, Wadanapura, Kotte, Homagama, Ratmalana and Behiwala will be the affected areas by these power cuts.
Up next is Action TV.
In order to cover the shortages that arose as a result of the failure to hold limited examinations for Class 3 recruits to the Sri Lanka Administrative Service in 2010 and 2011, a common examination for both years was held in 2012. The Gazette announcement pertaining to the examination, however, notes that candidates for the 2010 and 2011 examinations who have completed the required period of service in the public sector will be considered as candidates for the 2010 examination. While 64 vacancies were to be filled through the 2010 examination, 29 vacancies were to be filled through the 2011 examination. Prior to the holding of the common examination for 2010 and 2011, candidates were informed that 24 of the 2010 vacancies had been reserved for a group of persons who had sought redress from the courts, challenging the manner in which recruitments were made following the 2009 examination. Although candidates are yet to receive the results of the examinations, the list of candidates who have been called for interviews for the vacancies has been published on the official website of the Ministry of Public Administration and Home Affairs. The calling of 80 candidates to fill vacancies for the 2010 vacancies is in keeping with the Gazette announcement. On this basis, 58 candidates should be called for interviews for the 29 vacancies for 2011. Instead, 62 people have been called for interviews not with the intention of giving more opportunities but highlighting an irregularity that goes beyond the confusing of candidates. This is because 59 of the candidates called for interviews to fill vacancies for 2010 are among the 62 who have been called for interviews to fill vacancies for 2011. The simple truth here is that only 3 of the thousands of candidates who sat for the examination for 2011 vacancies have been called for interviews. There is a possibility that these 3 persons too could not be recruited following the interview process given the limited vacancies. An individual can only sit for this limited examination twice in their lifetime. As such, by holding a common examination to cover the shortage caused by the failure to hold 2 separate examinations and then calling candidates for interviews in violation of the Gazette announcement, hasn't one group of candidates been denied one of these opportunities? Minister of Public Administration and Home Affairs, this is over to you.
First up on business news tonight, the government has announced standard prices for soya beans and corn.
The Ministry of Finance and Planning says that trade representatives had agreed to purchase a kilogram of soya beans at 80 rupees as of the 1st of this month.
Issuing a media release, the Minister of Finance and Planning says that the expected soya bean harvest for 2013 is 30,000 metric tons. The communique adds that it is a growth of 94% compared to the harvest of the previous year. In this backdrop, an agreement was reached for a standard price during a meeting between farmers, trade representatives and treasury officials. The Ministry of Finance and Planning added that it was agreed to purchase a kilogram of soya beans from the 1st of September to the 31st of October at 80 rupees. It was also agreed to purchase a kilogram of soya bean from the 1st of November at 85 rupees. At the meeting, it was agreed to purchase a kilogram of corn from the farmers at a price between 32 rupees and 35 rupees.
Staying in local news First View reporter Nimal Ilangakun from Kandy filed this report on the erosion of the road from Polgolla to Wevalla.
The Polgolla-Wevalla road in Kandy has eroded near the reservoir. As a result, when the water levels of the reservoir rise, this section of the road becomes dangerous. The people residing here request authorities to rectify the problem before any accident occurs.
Mama News Plus 21 view reporter Nimal Ilangakun Mahanuwara Sita.
General public raised various charges against local government politicians. Rape, murder, assault, bribery. Local government politicians blame fellow local government politicians over their behavior. Deputy Mayor charges that Mayor had deposited sponsorship money that should be directed to the Municipal Council Fund into another account. Today, members of the Bope Podala Pradeshya Sabha protest against the actions of the chairman of the Pradeshya Sabha. For the attention of all those concerned.
The 4th Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting was held in the United Kingdom. The 4th Chogam was held from the 8th to the 15th of June 1977 in the capital city of London. Then Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, James Callaghan, was the chair of the 4th Chogam.
On to some cricket news now. Sri Lanka Cricket says that it has not been consulted by the committee of the Indian Premier League for hosting several 2014 IPL games in Sri Lanka.
Indian media reported that the 2014 edition of the Indian Premier League, consisting of 60 matches, will be held from April to May in the year 2014.
Indian media also reported that the Lok Sabha election are also scheduled to take place during the period of which the 2014 edition of the Indian Premier League will take place. Quoting the BCCI, Indian media reported that it had been suggested to host several IPL matches in Sri Lanka during that time. It has also been suggested that several matches will be hosted in Bangladesh as well. However, when inquired, Sri Lanka Cricket said that they had not been consulted on this matter as yet. Sri Lanka Cricket added that if such a request is made, they are prepared to make a decision.
With that, we wrap up Primetime News. I'm Stephanie Lazarus.
And I'm Sharon Silva. Take care and good night.
News First at 9.
Hotline 0114 896 896 www